Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Van's aircraft offers partial business update. Atlas Air 747 goes viral with fiery engine out. Anti-Prince Harry Aviation Award petition mysteriously quashed. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Van's aircraft offers partial business update. Van's aircraft, after weeks of working through their bankruptcy process, have published a business update, and as usual, not everyone is happy. Van's notes that, quote, "We've processed a large volume of kit reorders and continue to handle related emails and phone calls. We are shipping kits to customers every day, and we've started sending replacement parts to some customers with kits that contain laser-cut parts. We're also currently finalizing the plan for customers who have open orders for Lycoming engines, Rotax power plant kits, propellers, and avionics kits," end quote. Vans also notes that the reorder rate for customers with open kit orders has been quite high. More than 65% of eligible kit orders have been renewed at the adjusted, often much higher price. They've also shipped nearly 100 kits to customers since the reorder started. They've also been shipping new parts orders. They've communicated their plans for replacements of laser-cut parts to affected customers and have recently released detailed testing information and results related to laser-cut parts. Their management team traveled to Lycoming last week to discuss planning related to engine orders, and they are working to have their plans shared by the end of next week with those customers who have open orders for engines, propellers, and avionics kits. And coming up after the break, F35 sees $4 million in damage thanks to flashlight ingestion.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. F-35 sees $4 million in damage thanks to flashlight ingestion. A team in the 62nd Aircraft Maintenance Unit at Luke AFB slipped up while executing a time compliance technical directive for an F-35A aircraft, allowing a ground-run engine to ingest a handheld flashlight. The error, quote, damaged the $14 million engine beyond local repair, end quote, according to the investigative report, though the replacement parts required should be a comparably cheaper $3.9 million. The maintenance was intended to install a metering plug as required after an F-35B mishap in December of 2022. Air India to build largest training facility in South Asia. India's flagship conglomerate Tata Group announced the creation of a 600,000 square foot aviation training academy, aiming to feed its domestic industry more than 50,000 professionals in the coming years. The facility in Gurugram, Haryana will train the full roster of airline personnel, including pilots, cabin crew, ground support, and more. They plan to install 20 full-flight sim bays in both Boeing and Airbus types, as well as an AMT training facility to cover their logistical bases. Spirit Airlines downgraded to CCC+ by S&P Global. Standard & Poor's Global Ratings is not too impressed with Spirit Airlines prospects now that their anticipated JetBlue merger has gone to dust. The financial grader dropped Spirit's rating to CCC+, citing a vulnerable capital structure dependent on favorable market conditions. The firm notes that, quote, Spirit's revenue generation in the second half of 2023 was hurt by lower ticket prices, end quote, which have, quote, moderated from the highs of 2022, end quote. They expect the trend to continue throughout the year, quote, due to excess industry capacity on its key routes amid normalizing domestic leisure travel demand, end quote. Boeing sees Akasa Air double down. Boeing signed an order from Akasa Air to provide them with additional 737-10 airplanes and additional 737-8200 jets. The Indian carrier will remain an all 737 operator as revealed at the Wings India 2024 Air Show. Their MAX aircraft have been a good fit for them since opening service in 2022, allowing them to snag about 4% of India's domestic travel market. Their 18 destinations are served by a fleet of 22 MAX aircraft, and they feel it's high time to expand that map. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Atlas Air 747 goes viral with fiery engine out. An 8-year-old Atlas Air 747-8 made the rounds after footage of its nocturnal return showed an impressive trail of flames from one of its portside engines. The Atlas flight returned to Miami International shortly after departure and landed successfully with no injuries reported. It's unfortunate timing for Boeing, given its recent brouhaha involving the in-flight decompression of a new production MAX 9. The intricacies of aircraft manufacture, maintenance, and overhaul are entirely lost on the public, and their desire to see dazzling footage of damaged aircraft propelled a video of the Atlas Air flight across the internet in minutes. The engine, as those in the industry know, wasn't a Boeing piece to begin with, given its birth date in 2015. The Atlas 747-8 was equipped with 4 GE GEnx engines. While much pre-market digital ink was poured out expecting Boeing stock to plunge, the incident appears to have been largely ignored by the financial sector. In the first half of the day, Boeing saw a 0.28% rise in stock prices, edging it to $212.21 a share. Nevertheless, the incident only adds to the mounting public image of Boeing as a company in decline, however true or not that is. And after these messages, Anti-Prince Harry Aviation Award petition mysteriously quashed.
I grew up in an aviation family. My dad flew airplanes and flew air shows actually, so ever since I was 3 years old, the only thing I've ever wanted to do was be an air show pilot. It's cliche, but I get to live my dream every single day. I'm currently using the Hartzell Talon, the new aerobatic propeller. It's increased the performance of the airplane. It's made the harmonics balance throughout the airplane so much better. By far the best aerobatic propeller that I've ever flown behind.
Coming to Sun and Fun's 50th fly-in celebration, Trace Atkins for an opening day concert.
I took a war since I was a kid between Jesus and John.
Don't miss Trace Atkins with special guest Sarah Evans.
Ponytail girl grown up to be a woman, now she's gone in a blink of an eye.
Get your tickets now and be a part of the kickoff celebration for Sun and Fun's 50th fly-in. Go to flysnf.org.
Welcome back. Anti-Prince Harry Aviation Award petition mysteriously quashed. On Friday, the increasingly questionable Living Legends of Aviation program awarded Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, an award for being an aviation legend. In the days prior to this occurrence, controversy developed in which military leaders from the UK, as well as others from the aviation spectrum, protested the action, using terms like bizarre, preposterous, and phony. The program's reputation was not aided by another award given to helicopter pilot and business owner Lawrence Sanchez, the fiancé of Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world. Media coverage of the event was often critical and emphasized the glitz of the proceedings while decrying the lack of substance in the award selections. One of the most intriguing protests occurred as a number of persons put forth a petition on change.org, criticizing Prince Harry's award and asking that it be rescinded. As many as 2,000 people a day signed the petition, and they were closing on the target of 15,000 signatures when the petition was mysteriously taken down due to community guidelines issues, which surely make it appear that someone or someone's lawyer raised a ruckus and scared change.org into censoring the petition just as the award was ready to be presented. At time of recording, the petition is still not available. Change.org has not responded to our inquiries. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.